Hey, good morning. I just want to say, as George Herring said, this is a glorious and momentous day. When you look at what students has done, it's a display of what can take place when we organize. On behalf of the Peralta Board of Trustees, we want to thank them for making this investment for Peralta students. And maybe this can be the prime example for other campuses, and maybe even the state of California. I personally ride the bus, and $70, that's a lot of money. But $50 a semester, that is a huge savings. To the AC Transit Board, to the students, to the student governments, look to this as a future and as a major investment that you will save in your pocket. When you look at the rising cost of gas prices, don't you think this is a good deal? Yeah. Don't you think this is a good deal? Yes, it is. So I close by saying this. When students unite, things can happen. When students voice their opinions, things can change. Just remember where your voice is. It's in numbers. And we spoke, and now the dream has happened. Thank you.
There are many players to this success story. And now I'd like to introduce to you the Chancellor of Peralta Community College District, Elihu Harris.
Since Reggie used a minute and a half, I'm going to take 30 seconds. I want to thank Sandra, and I want to thank the students and the Board of Trustees. They had to come up with $500,000 in order to subsidize this bus program. When Nikki Gonzalez Ewan and Abel Guillen on our board came with the students to the trustees, there was some anguish because we have so many challenges financially. But they found the means, they found the support, and obviously the bus pass is the result. When we went to Sandre Swanson and asked him to carry the legislation, the first question was not, what do you want? It was, what do the students want? If we didn't present students who were in favor of this, he wasn't carrying the bill. He was that much concerned about what the students' concerns and desires were. And that was the reason that he carried the bill and the reason the bill was successful. We want to thank everyone who's been involved in this. This has really been a collaborative effort between AC Transit, Peralta, and the state of California, and all of you will be the beneficiaries. Tell everyone that when you can get a bus pass for $50, we've removed one more obstacle for those who want to attend college and those who want to succeed in life. So spread the word. Peralta Easy Bus Passes are going to be available, and we want everyone to take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to get to school and save money. Thanks so much.
Good morning, everyone, and this is indeed a very wonderful day. And Sandre, I want to inform you that as president of the trustees, that I have it within my power to expunge any grades that you don't feel. And so I want to congratulate our new 4.0 Laney student. And to Reggie and Maureen, I really want to say one of the great pleasures of this morning is just not having to have you guys bug me about when the hell we're going to get that bus pass through. So congratulations to all of you. It's very important for me to recognize, as a president of board, the hard work of other board members. 4 years ago, we had a new board majority. We pledged ourselves to work for students and for the welfare of the entire institution. And 2 of the members of the board have stepped forward as real champions of these students. And these were, we'll just informally refer to them as Nikki and Abel. These 2 single-handedly convinced us to invest, and this is a risk-taking in a sense, but one of the best risks of all, to invest $500,000 in your future. They are truly movers of this college. We can build all the colleges we can open up the doors wide, but if the students aren't here, we fail. Well, they've made community colleges move one step further, and I like to think of them as personally chauffeuring students to this wonderful system of colleges. And with that, Nikki?
Thank you very much, Cy. I'm just going to keep this under 3 hours here. As a community college professor, I tend to go on. Listen, what I want to say is this. Our region, our state, the country as a whole, we face unprecedented problems. Real people are struggling to find a foothold in a horrible economy, and they have a hard time paying for transportation just to get to school and to get to work. Businesses are in real need of an educated workforce trained in the skills needed to run a successful enterprise. And the environment is overburdened with the excesses of overconsumption and poor management of our natural resources. This program is a perfect example of local government doing what it does best, cooperating to meet the real needs of real people and real businesses, and doing so while helping to restore the natural environment. And it's a perfect example of Peralta's focus on environmental justice. With our EasyPass program, struggling students can now get to school and get to work. We promote public transportation and we help our environment. It really couldn't be a better combination. Thank you, Sandre, for helping make this happen. Thank you to my board colleagues, all of them, and in particular, former trustees, student trustees, Hurd and James. Thank you so much.
I tend to be sort of skeptical. My name is Abel Guillen. I'm the newest trustee on the Peralta board. And I remember when I came to speak to students here at Laney, the one thing that I remember that was the clearest thing when I talked about the idea of having a bus pass for students, everybody lit up and applauded. Wow, something to actually benefit students, to help them on a day-to-day basis. And I remember that. And that was the driving force. The students were the driving force behind making this idea a reality. I see this, yes, it's great for the environment, it's great for students, it's great all around. I see this as our own version of the East Bay economic stimulus package for students. This is what this is. If 4,000 students participate in this program, that's an additional $5.4 million that students are saving, that they can use for childcare, that they can use for textbooks, that students can use to make the ends meet. That's our own version of the East Bay stimulus package for our students. So I'm just very proud to be associated with this, and we got to make it work, and there's more coming to benefit students. So we need your support to continue the mission to really make this college a student-driven institution. Thank you.
I was introducing the board members of Peralta, but it took two to tango, as they say. And the other part of that collaborative effort was the AC Transit Board. Chris Peoples is the board president, and Rocky Fernandez. They are two board members that supported us, even though there were some tough times. They stood by this idea, and I'd like to present to you now Chris and Rocky.
Thank you. Former trustee Susan Duncan is looking down on this and smiling. When I was first appointed to the AC Transit Board, shortly thereafter, I got a call from Susan, and she said, "What can you do for the Peralta students?" And we took two runs at this over the past 10 years, and we've now succeeded in this third attempt. And as a number of people have said, one of the real spark plugs was Reginald James. He went out there and did the research, he went out there and pushed us, and I agree with what everybody said about everybody else who did this. But I think Reginald really deserves an enormous amount of credit. And so Sandre and I and Rocky are going to present Reginald with his very own EasyPass.
Oh,
I wanted to let you guys know that Reginald was an intern in my office, and so for other Peralta students that are looking for great internships that will lead to great things, let us know. But he's been a great example, and he was an excellent witness in front of the Assembly and Senate. He didn't hesitate. He spoke with authority, and everyone listened. And so we thank him specifically for this great, great accomplishment.